Okay, good afternoon, teacher. Today we are going to talk about animals as food. Okay, today's topic is animals as food. It is estimated that 140 billion animals are killed for human consumption every year. In my opinion, I think we shouldn't eat meat out of respect for animals. This is possibly the most difficult reason to understand if you don't feel inside yourself. I mean, from the moment you become truly aware of the amount of suffering behind a plate of meat or fish, it is difficult to continue seeing it is consumption in a normalized way, you know?
Yes, I agree with you, and I know that we have to take respect for animals. But you are forgetting that hunting helps to keep the population of certain animal species at bay, as is the case of the deer. In many times, they are usually too many and spend the natural resources around. So the solution for this is to hunt them and generate, money with the meat and skins of this. If we did not consume meat, many species would have no place to live or how, due to the limited amount of resources. In addition, they would invade the territory of people, as there are many, and they would be considered pests.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah. And another point I want to make is because meat consumption is not sustainable. However, one example is if the majority of people, it's an example, from China and India ate as much meat per year as the average, only those countries, the planet will collapse. In other words, there are not enough resources to feed so many farm animals. For instance, it is simply proven that to obtain 1 kilogram of meat, an amount of food and water is necessary that would serve to feed several people for a certain time.
Okay, but I think there are many, people or professions that raise animals for food. Like, for example, a farmer that raise chickens. That helps the economy in general. The hunting and selling business employs many people in the world. Like I said, like the farmers or fishermen are one of the examples that many people who can live thanks to the consumptions of meat. So if as long as these people still working, I think we could have meat for many years.
Okay, I don't think so, but okay, let me add one more. For my own health, I think okay, I don't know if you read, but the International World Health Organization at a global level that watches over the quality of life human beings has clearly classified the consumption of as one of the possible reasons for the development of some types of cancer. To put it in another way, in many websites, you can read that they consider red meat as probably cancer- carcinogenic to humans, and that's really dangerous.
Yes, I know what are you saying, but everything in its seed it's dangerous for you. If you take more of one thing, it would be bad for you. But in exception of the red meat, meat in general gives you protein. Meat has properties such as zinc and iron, which helps to have a healthy condition. And also, children are very benefit by this. Milk being an important food for the growth of a child, and if we stop eat meat, all these proteins could not be obtained easily.
Okay, you are right. But okay, let's move on to my last reason that it's really simple and it is not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Eating meat it is not necessary. You can lead a healthy and active life with a diet based on plant products. Um, there are a lot of examples of athletes that are vegan and they are one of the best and they don't need to eat meat, you know?
Yes, I understand, but that meat it's not necessary to eat, but it's easiest to eat meat than be a vegetarian because meat is delicious and it is in most of the food, especially here in Peru. So becoming a vegetarian will not only refuse to consume proteins, if not, it will make it more difficult for you to get food in, for example, restaurants, or even some of these restaurants use the excuse of vegan exclusivity to raise the prices of the dishes to take advantage of the vegetarian community. So it makes more difficult to be a vegetarian. So eat meat is like the easiest way to have these proteins and to have a really a good economy.
Okay, I'm totally agree with you. I think that here in Peru, it's really expensive and really difficult be a vegan person or vegetarian. For example, you need to have money for go to a special restaurant and eat vegan food because here it's really expensive, this kind of food, you know?
Hmm. Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
So that
Mm.
would be everything. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.